past 100 years or so, whitetail numbers in the U.S. and Canada have grown from 500,000 to an estimated 20 million. Wildlife and habitat management has certainly played a great role in that significant increase. I traveled to Delta County to get the scoop on a habitat management project accomplished through the cooperative efforts of a variety of organizations.
Well, here we are at one of the cooperative project sites that we established a wildlife opening. This is a cooperative project between the Michigan DNR Deer Range Improvement Program, Plum Creek, the Wheeling Sportsman, part of the Beta Knot Gobblers National Wild Turkey Federation, Upper Michigan Land Management, which are the guys that are actually doing the work right now, and Marv Nelson Forest Products, who did some of the bulldozing for us. So this whole project started back last spring when the idea was that we thought we could establish some wildlife openings on Plum Creek land. And so we identified some sites working with Dean and the folks from Upper Michigan Wildlife Management and Bill Scullin from the DNR. And so we identified 3 different areas. This one happens to be in the Cornell, Michigan area. We've got one out in Hendricks, about 15 miles west of here. And then we've also got some north of Rapid River up in the Osier area. So in total, we have about 15 acres of wildlife openings that are put in. And each of these areas, each site is in the neighborhood of about an acre to an acre and a half in size. And we came out this spring after we identified them. We then had to do some spraying to control the grasses out here, do a little bit of bulldozing in the areas to smooth them out and get the stumps out of the areas. Some of them were already kind of natural openings, but they had to be expanded upon. And then Dean and his crew and Todd, they came out and did the actual seeding and sowing of the wildlife mix. And so now we're kind of on the last phase of the project, which is to put the trees in the ground. And so that's what we're doing today. We've got a combination of mountain ash, apple trees, and some oak as well. So we're putting about 8 trees in each of the different wildlife openings that we've established. A great project area. The areas that we picked are all areas that are under the Commercial Forest Act. So they've been open to the public for hunting and fishing for many years, and that was a big part of the program that the Deer Range Improvement Program focuses on, is we want these to be open to the public. And this particular area is kind of neat because as we came out this morning, here we are a few days before deer season, the rifle season opener. We've already got folks that are out here camping and getting ready to set up their deer stands and whatnot, and already seeing lots of deer in the opening. So it's working real good. We're seeing lots of usage of these openings already with the deer, and just kind of an exciting program.
This is another example of one of our deer habitat improvement programs that we've been partnered with Wheeling Sportsman, Plum Creek, Upper Michigan Land Management Services, Marvin Forest Products, to do a series of habitat openings in Delta and Menominee counties. We've done almost 15 acres worth of work here. That's been an excellent project where we've created a lot of upland wildlife foraging habitat. They've also enhanced these with some apple and oak and other tree plantings as well as wildlife shrubs. So these are great opportunities for sportspersons to come out and recreate in these sites, but they provide a lot of habitat benefit for wildlife during the course of the non-snow season, which will be important for deer primarily, but also for turkey and grouse and bear as well. So it's going to provide a lot of foraging opportunity and some recreation opportunity as well.
One of the many organizations involved in making this habitat project a success is Wheeling Sportsman. Wheeling Sportsman is not a piece of equipment, it's a concept. I spoke with Ken Bushels to find out more about this amazing and admirable endeavor.
So yeah, the way these things come is a lot of them will have the sip and puff unit right up there where you have to kind of go into it, you know, to use it. And what we did is we put a little connector there with an extension, so we have about a 3-foot hose coming off it, so it gives us a lot more flexibility to people with less mobility. We can have people like watching the monitor and see the game when we're getting it dialed in and stuff, and then we put it to their mouth, and we practice a few times too to pop in on it. And when you pop in on it, and that's what fires the gun. So that has basically about over a foot and a half of adjustment back and forth, and another 4 inches up and down. So we can use a crossbow in here, we can use a muzzle loader in here. It doesn't make any difference. We can use just about anything in here. So it gives us a lot of flexibility. And I was talking about this before, is this here is supposed to all mount on a wheelchair. The only problem is the being stable. The wheelchairs, you have your pneumatic tires, and you don't have real good stability. And you still need to be concealed anyways, and you need to stay warm. So we come up with this idea here, actually over at the Intermediate School District. Bob Benson and his group come up with this idea here. So it basically mounts just like a receiver hitch on your vehicle. So it works out really nice. We have other groups now, like up in Iron County, they just built a unit like this here, and same thing, so we're just we're all working together, and what the results are is we're getting more people with disabilities back out in the field, and having a great time. It's nice, to sit, kick back. We got nice heaters in here, and it's nice and comfortable, and a little camaraderie, and chew the fat back and forth a little bit, and always see some kind of game going through. So it works out nice. It's really a lot of fun. It's we always look forward to getting out and trying to get out as many people as we can. So far we've been pretty busy this year. We're up at Superior Game Ranch and harvested some deer up there. We went, Jeff and Reba DeBaker up there, they let us go up there each year and harvest some does, and they've been really, really good to us. And other places too, we've been over to Harley Coolman's and John Soper's, and we've been having a good time. We've harvested I think 8 deer so far, and boy, we've had a great time. Some Vietnam vets and other people from assisted living homes, and the list goes on and on. So we just met up with Owen here, and we're gonna be hunting here this week coming up. So hopefully we'll see something that we can get in the crosshairs and bring them down to Wally there. And we'll say Wally down at Views, he takes care of our processing and does a fantastic job. And same thing with Steve Soderman, he helps us out a lot too. So those guys are a godsend. We used to sit in the garage sometimes till 1 o'clock in the morning cutting meat up, and we're not getting any younger either. So this is all working out great. It's just like anything else, everybody working together, and boy, it's just a great time, a lot of fun.
The Deer Habitat Improvement Program initiative is a grant project we have in the UP where we have $50,000 made available annually through an application process. The application for 2013 will probably come out in January or February, and it's available on the DNR website. And it's available to sportsmen's clubs or other conservation organizations. Unfortunately, it's not available to the private individual because we just don't have enough money to go that far. But by working through sportsmen's clubs, we can multiply the money and work to get a lot more habitat improvement on the ground. And the goals are to improve wildlife habitat and also to increase partnership opportunities with our conservation partners out there, as well as have a tangible benefit on the landscape where people can see what we're doing and understand what we're doing and understand the science behind the actual projects that are involved. These projects, last year we had, in 2012, we had 6 projects we funded. We had them in Ontonagon, Alger, Dickinson, Iron, Delta Menominee, and Mackinac counties, where we did a various array of projects, from wildlife openings to planting hundreds of acres with hemlock trees, to planting apple orchards, to planting large oak trees. So they run the gamut of projects that we do. There's a scoring process they go through, there's an application process people have to go through, and all the information is available on the DNR website under the grants programs. You can get on there and look and see what we had for 2012, and a new package will come out in 2013 as well.